What's up, everybody? I am the Blockchain Addict, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about one of my addictions, Celo. We're actually going to go back a little bit to 2018, if you don't mind. And we're going to just take a look at this. This is a call for proposals, right? Now, I'm not going to dig too deep into this call for proposals because we know what we have today as the Celo blockchain. But one thing I did find very interesting about this was this guy, William Lee. He was the very first fellow. He was also pursuing a double MBA from MIT, an MPA from Harvard, and was previously a business designer at IDEO.org. He was the country director for Give Directly in Kenya and worked at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Bain Capital. As part of his fellowship, he led the research trip to Kenya and is helping initiate the pilot for Celo in 2018. Right? So I was still curious, so I went over to LinkedIn and found him there. Still, he's a partner at Celo to this day from 2018. Then you have all of the previous experience that he had. Now, Give Directly was very interesting to me, as well as Celo's place in Africa as well. But we're going to focus on this. He was a consultant for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And that is the in the previous video, I spoke about how the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Mojo Loop Foundation, to me at least, are one and the same. They're interchangeable, and that's that. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation consultant. It's just a crazy coincidence, right? Then we have our guy, René Reinsberg, the man, the myth, the legend himself. And he obviously is a co-founder of Celo and currently the president of the Celo Foundation. Previously, co-founded Loku, which was acquired by GoDaddy. And then he started his career in global capital markets at Morgan Stanley and also worked at McKinsey, the World Bank, TechnoServe, and General Catalyst. He holds a graduate's degree from Germany's WHU and MIT. There we have MIT again. It's everywhere. So, on top of that, I stumbled across this. Early 2019, Celo and the World Bank. Since the early days of Celo, we have had a relationship with the World Bank. Celo co-founder René Reinsberg worked with the World Bank's Venezuela local office in 2009. And Anka Rusu, a Celo core team member, spent most of her career at the World Bank and International Finance Corporate, IFC. Building relationships with key international organizations who are thought leaders has been the core to aligning our mission for creating prosperity for all. So, there's the connection to the World Bank. Which brings me back to my previous video. The World Bank, René Reinsberg, the Mojo Loop Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Will Lee. Now, African India, I haven't done any research into, which I will. And then Afromex Bank, same thing with that. But one thing that I have looked into is Africa, just a little bit, and I came across this guy. And it says that Chris is the global head of public sector engagement at C Labs working on Celo. Previously, Chris was the chief revenue officer of the OMFIF, a central bank think tank based in London and managing director of the DMI, or the Digital Monetary Institute, an independent platform for governing central banks on CBDCs, digital payments, the DLT, and blockchain. So, I went ahead and looked up the OMFIF DMI and Central Bank Digital Currencies, the Global Annual DMI Symposium. This is the 2022 DMI Symposium. And look at who we have as symposium partners: Algorand, GD, Visa, Accenture, Microsoft, Ripple, AWS, Meta, Celo, and Swift. Then we just scroll down a little bit and take a look at some of the speakers at this event. We have people like Hester Peirce, Crypto Mom. Then we also have speakers like James Wallace, the Vice President for Central Bank Engagements and CBDCs at Ripple. We also have the Financial Stability Board here, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of Jamaica, Swift. We have HSBC. We have Algorand, the IMF, Microsoft. We have all these speakers coming to the symposium: the U.S. Treasury, Meta, Visa, and the DTCC. I mean, the themes: central bank digital currencies, cross-border governance of digital currencies, DLT in banking, tokenization of capital markets. And then all the way down at the bottom, we have the Monetary Institute members. So not only are they symposium partners, but they're institute members alongside AWS, Algorand, Accenture, FIS, Goldman Sachs, IBM, HSBC, MasterCard, Meta, Onyx, Ripple, Visa. So at this point, and this is just touching, scratching the surface. This isn't even deep dive. This isn't a deep dive, and it's just here in the open for everybody to see. It's literally, if you do a Google search, you will find everything. It's unbelievable. And then we sit at a 72-cent Celo. 72 cents. Celo's going nowhere. I'm not a financial advisor. I never have been, never will be, and I don't want to be. But if you don't hold Celo after seeing that, until next time, peace.